friends, and welcome back. For today's video I am doing a 3 looks for one palette with the McGrath Mothership 4 Decadence eyeshadow palettes. If you haven't watched it already, I did a first look, first impression swatches of the palette, and the look was like a decadent look. It was like a very editorial. I got overwhelmed during the video and I didn't hide it from you guys, and at the end I was like, okay, well, let's make it something super editorial, because right now, well, you can see definitely the payoff of the shadows. For this video, I wanted to show you how you can create either a very easy to wear eye look to something very bold. If you want to see how to create 3 looks with that palette, keep on watching. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel and follow me on my other social media. Without any further ado, and it's so hard to say with my Invisalign in my mouth. So annoying, that lisp. Without any further ado, let's get started. This is the eyeshadow palette. Once again, I've been playing a bit with it, and I think it's more like an accessory palette. These shades are so beautiful by themselves. They don't need to be paired, or otherwise, from the moment you start to accumulate the eyeshadows on your lid, it for sure inevitably goes towards an editorial look. So for that first look, I am basically going to do something that I always do on my lid, you know, something very simple. No need to have like a very high-end palette. I'm gonna use my ColourPop I Think I Love You palette, because it's honestly, it's just right in front of me. And I'm basically gonna put like these matte colors on my eyes, like just to create some dimension and nice base. Basically any eyeshadow, your favorite crease color, you know, and you just blend it into your crease like so. And I'm going to a lighter shade on the brow bone and blend. Then I'm gonna take a smaller brush, Sigma E45, and I'm gonna dip into a darker shade right here. It's kind of a warm brown. Focus it in the outer corner. With these 2 shades, you just go back on your lower lash line and just give that little shadow. Intensify a little bit in the inner corner. Super easy, gives dimension to your lid. Voila. And there you have it, a very nice soft base that you can do with any of your favorite eyeshadow palette, like neutral eyeshadow palettes. I just picked that one because I love it, and I don't think people rave about it enough. Like, this is a really cute palette and so affordable compared to our dear Decadence palette. Alright, and now it's super easy. Because I did a base that is like slightly on the warmer side, I am going to use the shade Inferno, a very pretty shade. So I'm first going to dust it on my lid, just to show you how you can like play with different finishes with this palette. So I pick up some with my little brush here, and I'm going to show you. Boom. And it's a dry brush, super soft, everyday eye look. Obviously you put mascara. And now I'm gonna go on with the finger on the other side to show you if you want something more metallic. It's a little bit more reflective and slightly warmer when you put it with a finger. So you're there. You could absolutely leave it like that, put a little bit of liner, a little bit of mascara, and call it a day. It's a very simple look, but because it doesn't look like, you know, a Pat McGrath look, I'm gonna intensify the outer corner with the shade Divine Mink, and I'm focusing this color in the outer corner. You know what it reminds me of a little bit, that formula? It reminds me a little bit of the Natasha Denona formula. I am disappointed that we don't have more shades like the VR shades from the 3 first eyeshadow palettes. Okay, then you take again your first blending color, matte color from the other palette. Blend again. And then for the inner corner, this little guy right here, I'm going very light-handed first because it's more like a daily wearable look. You can obviously be more intense. Just drag it a little bit. I'm not going with a finger on purpose because otherwise it's gonna be too intense. And we don't want that for that first look. If you want something intense, once again, watch my first video with that palette. Check it out, yeah, you'll see the full impact of these eyeshadows. You go back to the color Divine Mink. This is a Makeup Forever Professional straight brush all along the lash line. Voila. Okay, let me put some mascara and liner and I'll be right back. And there you have it. Very simple, everyday or every night, you know, look. It's sophisticated, it's super wearable. I like the colors. I think it's very elegant, it's very subtle. You just have to blend a lot, use your favorite transition shades that are slightly warmer, and then you use 3 colors in the palette. Super simple. And then in my waterline, I just use, actually got it, I think it was in my BoxyCharm. It's from Beauty for Real, and this is a Champagne Buzz eyeliner, and I just keep that because I didn't want to put like a nude color, but something that brings slightly, like a little bit of light in my waterline. And then I just tightline with a black liner, and I used a mascara very lightly. It's not even like a full-on mascara, like 3 coats. Just very simple, but I think it's nice, it's very wearable, and I actually really like that look. For the lips, I just use my YSL Rouge Volupté Shine number 9. Really love that color, but it was slightly too pink for that eye look, so I just paired it with the Kat Line and Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Moonlight. This is a way, if you bought the palette and you want to keep it, this is a way to do something super nice and soft. What do you think of that first look? Alright, for that second look, I'm gonna start with my Vizart palette, the neutral matte, and I'm gonna go to my crease with those gray shades right here, those cool tone shades. So any cool tone eyeshadows you have, you put in your crease, right? And then I am actually gonna go to the black very, very lightly. And be really light-handed, especially if your eyeshadow is very pigmented, because you don't want to look like a raccoon. So we have that cool tone, like gray base. And now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to Underworld. I would say that Underworld is the driest of all the shadows. When you swatch it, it feels very powdery, like talky, but like dry, you know, it doesn't feel buttery as all the other shades. But it builds in very nicely though. I'm gonna put Underworld on top of that black. And so I focus it on the outer corner and I slowly drag it to the crease, like halfway. I'm not gonna go all the way. So what is also important with these eyeshadows, if you want to create a more like wearable eye look, you know, not too intense, you just have to really take your time and build in the color. You take your blending brush or another brush that is clean, blend it right here, because it went a little bit higher than I wanted. And then I'm gonna take my pinky, dig into the shade directly, and just do a little dab right here, just to get the full like intensity of that shadow. Someone said that it stained their lids, that blue. I didn't have that problem the other day when I did my Decadent look, so I don't know. As a base, I'm using the Shape Tape concealer. So I don't know, maybe it's what she's using as a base. Either you go for silver, but I have a feeling silver is so loud. But if you want to create something nice and soft, I'm gonna go with the shade Enigma. I'm gonna apply it first with a dry brush, so you can see how it can be very soft and subtle. See, that's nice. It's a nice pair. It looks good together. I haven't tried these shadows actually with a wet brush. Maybe I should do that. MAC Fix Plus. Spray the brush. Yeah, it's slightly more metallic, I would say. It's probably the same results as with the finger. I should have done the finger on the other side, but let's do it on top to see. But see, it's very pretty together, those two colors. Yeah, wet brush or finger, I'm feeling it's the same result. Quickly, I'm gonna go to the lower lash line with Underworld, that navy blue, and just put it all along the lower lash line. Well, not halfway along the lash line, the lower lash line. Okay, and then I'm gonna go to that same shade, Enigma. Put it on top of Underworld. Alright, for the inner corner, for kicks we're gonna use that silver, but you can do something more subtle too. And I'm gonna go into sterling. First with a dry brush and very light, just to show you that it can be not as beaming as it can be. And it's a nice like inner corner highlight. I could have gone with Sinful as well. Love that shade, but I need to show you like the other colors in the palette, right? And you know what? I think that's enough for that look. It's already quite intense. I'm gonna go back with my crease shade just to blend a little bit more, and then I'll get back to you. And here is the second look. I really like how it turned out actually. So it's nice navy, antique gold and silver, three colors once again, plus my base, my like kind of my gray shades in the crease. And I really like how it turned out. Once again, the colors pair beautifully, and it doesn't take much, honestly. You don't have to. I didn't use sterling with my finger because otherwise you can get a really high impact with that shadow, like it's literally like foil on your eyes. I will definitely wear that look for a night out or for a gala. I think these shadows, like the colors, just like the colors she picked for the palette, you can't deny it. They pair beautifully together. Like I think there's so many different options and so many different looks you can come up with a palette. So yeah, I really like that look. And then I paired it with like a more like a grayish nude, and I put a little bit of so honestly my grayish nude that I'm talking about is In a Nutshell by H&M. So let's see, you can pair Pat McGrath with H&M and it works like a charm. And I just put on top a little bit of a lip gloss, and this is like the dose of colors over the top lip gloss. And I like that mix of like cool tone plus like the golden on top. And yeah, Invisalign is no. You can't wear freaking lipstick with Invisalign. So man, look at that! Yeah, so I am really happy with how this look turned out. And once again, it's gonna be really sad to take it off, but I'm going to jump onto the third look. I'm trying to use all the colors of the palette. Obviously, I have another video, once again, with that palette, so if I can't manage to use all the colors, just if you're curious, you can take a look at the other video. Okay, so I'm gonna try to use like these colors right here, maybe that gold too. And by the way, that gold, I think there's a dupe, like the Trophy Wife from Fenty Beauty looks exactly the same. Let's do a little compare swatch, because this is a Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife highlighter, but you can totally use it as an eyeshadow as well. And they look like super similar, so let's see. So that's Gold Standard from Pat McGrath, and next to it, Trophy Wife. Swatching them. Okay, so that is the Pat McGrath, and this is Fenty Beauty. Very similar. Anyway, let's start with the first look. Okay, so once again, I put some Tarte Shape Tape. For this, I'm gonna go back to my Viseart palette, and I am going to use some of the cool tone shades, or neutral shades, I would say. Maybe that one, in the crease. Alright, so I have a feeling that look is gonna be a little bit more intense, and that's just fine. I'm gonna pick up the shade Blue Blood, which is a nice like eggplant aubergine color. I'm gonna place it in the outer corner. Use a mirror. Oh, it's very nice and pigmented. Has a little bit of fallout. So the outer corner, and then I'm dragging it into my crease. Very pigmented, guys. Just blend. I'm gonna be a little bit more dramatic and just like drag it actually right there. And I have a feeling that shade would actually be stunning with Sinful as well. But since I've used that shade already, especially in the other video, I'm not going to, but these two together, oh, will be really beautiful. Alright, and now I am gonna go to the shade Hedonistic, and it's the only duochrome shadow of the palette. It shifts from that nice magenta to orange copper. And same brush, I'm going to spray it with Fix Plus and apply it in the middle of the lid. So sorry, I didn't remove the mascara in between each because it would have been too much work. And look at that, wow, that's actually really intense. You see that? Yeah. Super foil. I really like that shadow. Oh, first time I'm using it. Wow, that color is really insane. It's funny how it looks more orange on that side. Wonder why. Beautiful. You know what? I'm actually gonna go back with Blue Blood and actually gonna spray the brush as well and intensify the outer corner just to keep that dimension. Dry brush to Blue Blood again and just intensify the crease. I've been painting and it smells so strong right now. Ugh, doesn't smell like turpentine, but it's close to it, guys. Ugh, it gives me a headache. Okay, so Gold Standard, and I'm not gonna wet it right away. I'm just gonna see how it looks like dry first in the inner corner. Oh, that's kind of cool. Let's put it a little bit on top of the duochrome. So there's like a nice shift to it. And now let's actually spray the brush. I was kind of disappointed because of the fact that you don't get that DR Nectar formula, but actually you can create so many cool looks with that palette. It is so versatile that I'm like slowly, well, quickly, I don't know, changing my mind. Had a little bit of fallout with it, and then I'm gonna go back to Blue Blood. And first, I am going to go to a transition shade quickly, just to give a nice base under the lower lash line. Should I do something really cool? Let's see, should I use that Lapis Luxury shade? Maybe. Let's do Blue Blood first, like right here. Okay, we're gonna go to Lapis Luxury. I use that color like most on the middle of my lid for my first video, if you want to see. Before I don't regret it, because right now I really like my look. I'm gonna spray the brush. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna add a little bit more of that gold. Just putting some liner, very thin layer at the roots of the lashes. Okay, just gonna add some of that Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife. You know. And there you have it, the third look. For the lips, first I went with something really bold and it didn't look good at all. It was kind of a grungy, dark green lip, and I was like, it's too much because, yeah, not for me. So I used the Ultra Matte lip from Colourpop, and it's the color Tech 5, and I love that shade. And there you have it, the third look, definitely more intense, a bit dramatic. I like it. I really like how, once again, these colors, these eyeshadows pair so well together. Whatever you use, like I have a feeling, whatever combo you're doing, it will look good. You know, you just have to take your time blending the shadows together and play with like the finishes. Either you want it subtle in transparency, you know, or like full on with the finger or a wet brush. And I'm actually really impressed with the palette now, I can say, because I've created probably 6 looks since I got it, and it's very versatile. You can do something very bold like this one, or the first look I did on my first video, or you can do something very elegant, subtle, only using 1 or 2 shades. You know, I have a feeling from the moment you use more than 3, it's getting intense. Or obviously if you're using right away that duochrome shadow that is stunning, hedonistic, it's like a beautiful shadow, but from the moment you use it, like, you know, you're going for a bold look. That gold is very beautiful. I love that Blue Blood shade actually, and it pairs, like, it's something really unique and different, obviously, but I really like how it turned out. I didn't touch my brow bone at all. Maybe I should have, but yeah, this is how it looks like, and I'm not mad at it. Yeah, I'm kind of like, look at how it transit too. Like when you put that gold on top of hedonistic, like you have that nice orangey that appears, and then that duochrome, like, yeah, it's just from that nice pink to like that orange copper. I don't know if you can see, but very beautiful. And then Lapis Luxury, it was a fun touch actually. So this look calls for lashes. I didn't do it because right away I have to go out and like literally I'm gonna work out, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take off that makeup and go work out. Yeah, and I really like that lip color with it. So there you have it, 3 looks for the Decadence palette. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, take the time, share that video with your friends, your family, and also subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.